Tell us a little bit about the GIF funding too, and how that supports the candidates that are in office. Well, the
General improvement funds.
general improvement funds. The senator gets what, $1 billion.
That's another issue altogether.
But all that does is,
right.
what's the turnover rate of incumbents? 90 plus. I mean, it's 6% or something like that.
There are many opportunities to buy votes,
Yeah.
and that's what that is.
Paul, do you have a question?
Very quick, I think you kind of already addressed it a little bit, but I was wondering what else is in this?
They set up a council of their friends to raise their pay, and there's a bunch of misdemeanor ethics things.
And on the ethics side, you don't need to modify the Constitution to create ethics. You just take a vote. This is what we call a Trojan horse. So they're going to roll this in, and then inside the belly of it, on page 16, they're going to dump out their wish list.
I have a question. We did have one of our legislators from this area sort of mention one time, I think he was sorry, it came out of his mouth when he said it, but he said, well, y'all just don't know as much as we do down here. You know, we get all this good information and you just don't hear it like we do. And of course, some of us didn't take that very well, but when we talk about that it's deceptive, you know, the first thing that they're going to say is, no, this was not deceptive. What is it that we talk to us, so we understand perfectly what deception is. But when you're talking to them, honestly, a couple of them didn't think that was deceptive. What is your argument, or have you had a conversation with, give us a little sense of what's happening.
If you look at the long title of the bill of HJR 1009 on the 139th word in it, okay, when did he establish the citizens petition to create term limits? What year? 92? Okay, so in this bill that they're going to present, you tell me if it's deceptive or not. If you take the time to go down to the 140th word in the title, it says establishing term limits.
Like there aren't any.
Right, it's, this isn't a county road for a brother-in-law that you stick as a little bit of pork. This is sabotaging what was the greatest yes vote in Arkansas history. That's something that should have been put on the title. If you're not ashamed of it, that's what you do. You hide things you're ashamed of. And it's cowardly. It's cowardly, and we're asking for a little courage from legislators.
Do you have, or recall, Bob, I don't know, who voted? There were some that didn't vote for it, I think. Do you know who those were? Do you recall?
It's on our website, and this is something I failed to do, and I need to.
Okay.
I'm not very versed in politics, I guess. SaveARTermLimits.org is our website. And you can hit me with a hat. We're
Is
driving
everybody,
back.
y'all have this on the
Who
phone?
wants one of these?
Right.
Whoa.
SaveARTermLimits.org. Save AR Term Limits on Facebook. Like our Facebook page, please.
Got a question here.
Quick question.
Yes, sir.
Who approved this ballot titles? Those ballot titles have to be approved by a person.
The attorney general usually does, but the legislature took that power away from the attorney general this cycle.
Nobody approved the ballot titles?
No.
Okay.
Mark Martin, the Secretary of State, was forced to write a ballot title, and he did, unlike the legislature's title, which I read that had no term limits in there. The 139th and 140th word is term limits now, but it says establishing term limits. Still, if you want to know what it does, you have to read to page 16.
And it was required to name this one on just this bill. He's not naming all the others. AG is doing it on all the others. Is that correct?
No, the Secretary of State will name them from here on for the legislators.
Oh, for the legislature, okay, for the legislature bill.
And then the Attorney General, I think, on citizens.
All the other.
Like, we couldn't use they use the word reform. Citizens aren't allowed to use that word in any ballot title.
That's right.
Now,
We're not allowed to do that.
I want to make it perfectly clear that we don't win if we attack lawmakers, okay? They've already done their deed. Because you might like the guy I attacked, then you won't vote the way we want y'all to vote. So we just want to educate you on this, and y'all decide. And y'all can go to our website and look at the votes and see if your guy voted for it. But this is a bird's nest on the ground if you want to get someone beat or if you want to get someone elected. This is like the gift of gifts. You have proven history of 60% votes in one election and 70% votes in the next election. As a grassroots, we go out and fight on principles all the time and lose. This one is a bird's nest on the ground with 70% of people who will nod their head yes with agreement for you. And they will want to come to your groups and your meetings to learn more. A lawmaker that has a vote on this, that voted yes, that is deceiving you, you can easily defeat them by tagging their vote on this to 70% of the people who don't like being deceived. 100% of the people don't like being deceived.